Tucker Carlson. So Tucker Carlson was trending on Twitter over the weekend, as he often does. Only this case, he was trending not because of anything he said. It was a confrontation between him and another guy at a fly fishing shop in Montana. And I say confrontation. Really, Tucker Carlson was being accosted. This was not him confronting anyone. He was apparently at this fly fishing shop with his daughter, presumably getting some fishing gear, going to go out on a fishing trip with his kids. And this guy, who his name is Dan Bailey, comes up to him. You can't hear much. We'll play the clip, though. But this was originally shared by the leftist account Occupy Democrats on Twitter in a very celebratory way, saying, let's make this go viral. And leftists were cheering this on. They love seeing this. Let's watch the clip first, and then we'll talk about it.
Don't even get my... I don't care, man. Okay, just do. You are the worst human being known to mankind. I want you to know that what you have done to this state, to the United States, to everything else in this world. I don't care that your daughter's here. What you have done to people's families, what you have done to everybody else in this world. Son, don't call me son. One. Please take one.
So you can hear him say there that you're the worst human being known to man. Tucker Carlson, in this guy's mind. And a lot of people on the left would agree. The worst person on earth is a cable news host who says opinions you don't like. That's their whole beef with Tucker Carlson. They're not alleging that in secret he's a serial killer or something. Maybe they'll get to that point eventually, but right now they're not. Their whole beef is that he has opinions they don't like. And that makes him the worst person on earth. You can also hear the guy, again, his name's Dan Bailey, apparently. You can hear him say, I don't care if you're with your daughter. Now, I got to say, maybe I take this especially personally because not just as a fan of Tucker Carlson, but also as an angler myself. I can tell you, this is such a breach in fishing protocol to begin with. This is when, he's not out at the lake yet, but still, you're at a fishing shop, you're thinking about fishing, you're with your kid, you're about to go on a fishing trip. This is a sacred space. Fishing, the whole thing is a sacred space, including the shops too. Go to Bass Pro Shops, sacred place. You don't bring your personal feuds and rivalries and politics into that. But that's what he did. I can also tell you another thing. If this guy he's, according to Occupy Democrats, he's a fly fishing guy, Dan Bailey. That's part of what he does for a job, I guess. I can guarantee you the leftists, vast majority of the leftists who are cheering this on, they're not in the market for a fly fishing guide in Montana. And most of the people who are in the market for a fly fishing guide in Montana, they don't want some deranged leftist weirdo who's going to berate them about politics the whole time. So he's probably just destroyed his business by doing this, and for good reason. That's the last thing I would want. If I was ever going to get a fishing guide, which I probably wouldn't because a big part of the thing for me is to be out by myself, but the last thing I would want is a guy who's going to be doing that. Defeats the entire purpose. But when you see the leftists cheering this on, when he's out with his kid, minding his own business, I think you see how there is just no respect. This is why I'm always beating this drum about we don't have unity in this country. And we're not going to have unity. Okay, not anytime soon. Some massive fundamental things would need to change in this country in order for there to be anything like unity. And those changes, if they ever happen, aren't going to happen anytime soon. And this is one of the reasons why you see it here. Why there isn't unity, because there's just no respect. That guy accosting Tucker Carlson has no respect for him on any level at all as a man. That's why you go after a guy when he's with his daughter at a fishing shop. And all the leftists cheering it on. They have no respect for him. None. I'm not saying they don't respect his views. We know that. They don't respect him as a person. And it's not just him. If you don't agree with them, if you have opinions that differ from their own, and especially if you make the mistake of saying them out loud, they do not respect you as a person. And they don't think you're worthy of respect. And that's been made really clear. Maxine Waters, remember she said, confront them everywhere you find them. Make sure they know they're not welcome. And she was talking ostensibly about people affiliated with the Trump administration, but really she was talking about conservatives. In order for there to be some kind of unity, there has to also be, serving as the foundation of that unity, there has to be some kind of elemental, fundamental respect between the two parties. You can't have unity without respect. I don't agree with you, but I respect you as a person. And I have to tell you something. It's not just on their end. I will fully admit I don't respect them either. If you take someone, for example, who would defend a man's right to go into a woman's locker room and expose himself to women and children, someone who takes that position, I don't respect you. Someone who defend the mutilation and drugging of kids, someone who defends the mass execution of 60 million unborn babies, I don't respect you. It goes way beyond I disagree. I do disagree with you, but I just don't respect you as a person anymore because of that. This goes beyond a mere disagreement. This is a moral flaw, a character flaw on your part that is so profound that I don't know, how could I respect you? So it's a mutual feeling, I think, on both sides, and not exactly the foundation for unity there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Matt Walsh Show. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there so you can stay up to date on all of our future content.